So we were discussing Laplace transforms. In that we completed 5 properties, namely linearity property, first shifting theorem, second shifting theorem, change of scale property, and Laplace transform of periodic functions. Okay, and we'll continue that discussion in today's class also. So we have completed fifth property in the last class, which is Laplace transform of periodic function. Now write down the next property. Property number 6, Laplace transform of multiplication by t property. Multiplication by t property. Multiplication by t property. Write down the statement. If Laplace of f of t equal to f of s, then Laplace transform of t into f of t. Laplace transform of t into f of t is equal to minus d by ds of f of s, which is equal to minus d by dt of Laplace transform of f of t. Sorry, minus d by ds. Okay. So what the theorem says, whenever f of t is multiplied with t, then you just take the Laplace of f of t, differentiate that with respect to s and multiply with minus 1. Okay. So we'll see the proof now. So far we started with LHS and proved RHS, but for the first time I'm going to consider RHS and show LHS. Okay, so what is given? Given Laplace of f of t is equals to f of s. Okay, now consider RHS equal to minus d by ds of f of s. What is the integral definition of f of s? Integral 0 to infinity e power minus st f of t dt. Okay. Now what you do, you take this derivative inside. See, when outcome is function of single variable, that's why ordinary derivative is there. But when I take this derivative inside you see two things. One is s and other one is t. So when I take that derivative inside, this d by ds becomes dou by dou s of e power minus st into f of t dt. Okay, this is called okay, derivative under integral sign. Derivative under integral sign rule. Okay, so whenever you have you are taking the derivative inside, if integrand contains more than one variable, okay, then that ordinary derivative becomes a partial derivative, that is called derivative under integral sign. So because you are differentiating partial with respect to s, this t will be treated as a constant. When t is treated as a constant, f of t is also treated as a constant. Therefore, what is dou by dou s of e power minus st? So f of t is constant. What is e power minus st derivative with respect to s? Can you tell me? What is the partial derivative of e power minus st?
Minus t e power minus st.
So e power minus st derivative is e power minus st into minus st derivative with respect to s is minus t into f of t. Okay, so take this negative outside the integral, minus of minus plus, so this is 0 to infinity e power minus st. Now this is a kernel, therefore what is remaining into, okay, t f of t dt. So this is nothing but what? Laplace transform of t f of t, which is our LHS. Okay, so whenever f of t is multiplied with t, that is, you can use multiplication by t property. So here the key point is just taking the derivative inside and write d by ds as dou by dou s. Shall I proceed?
Yes, sir.
Now write a note. In general, Laplace of t power n into f of t power n into f of t is equal to minus 1 whole power n into t power n by ds power n of f of s into minus 1 whole power n into t power n by ds power n of Laplace of f of t for n equal to 1, 2, 3 and so on. Okay. Suppose you're asked to prove this result in exams. Suppose if you're asked to prove this generalized result in exams, can you tell me how to prove this result? Will you prove Laplace of t f of t and say therefore similarly like this, or is there any specific method to prove this kind of result? Good, you have to use mathematical induction. Any result involving natural number, you have to use the principle of mathematical induction. So how do you implement that method here? First show that the result is true for n equal to 1. So we have proved the result true for n equal to 1. Then assume that the result is true for n equal to m. Then show that the result is also true for n equal to m plus 1. Then by the principle of mathematical induction, you can say that the result is true for all natural numbers. So will you do this proof?
Yes, sir.
Prove it. Okay. So now what we do, using this property, we will be deducing some more standard Laplace transforms. Okay. So shall I go to the next page?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So find Laplace transform of the some more following functions. Write down. Find Laplace transform of the following functions. Find Laplace transform of the following functions. First one, Laplace of t sin at. Laplace of t sin at. Okay. So according to that rule, what is this? Multiplication by t property minus d by ds. What we do? I will make a partition. Okay, so then what will be this? By multiplication by t property, this is going to be minus d by ds of Laplace of sin at. What is Laplace of sin at? You need to remember the standard formulas. What is Laplace of sin at? Quickly, like how you are telling integration, you have to tell the Laplace transform just like that. What is Laplace of sin at?
A by a square minus a square.
From a by square plus a square. I said you need to remember the formula. Now simply differentiate it and tell me what is the simplification. This is minus a by square plus a square whole square into derivative of s square plus a square there is 2s, right? So this is minus a by s square plus a square whole square into derivative is 2s. So what is the answer? So this is 2as by s square plus a square whole square. So add this to your formulas list. Laplace of t sin at equal to 2as by s square plus a square whole square. You need to remember as a formula Laplace of t sin at. Now can you tell me what is Laplace of t sin hat? This is minus d by ds of Laplace of sin hat. Now you tell me what is Laplace of sin hat? A by s square
A
minus
square
a.
minus a square.
Now differentiate and tell me the simplification. Is it not 2as by s square minus a square whole square? Okay. So add this to your formulas list. Laplace of t sin hat is 2as by s square minus a square whole square. Next one. What would be Laplace of t cos at? So this is minus d by ds of Laplace of cos at. What is Laplace of cos at? S by square plus a square. Okay. So now you differentiate this. What is the derivative? S square plus a square into derivative of s is 1 minus s into s square plus a square derivative is 2s by s square plus a square whole square. So s square minus 2s square is minus s square. A square minus s square with minus is s square minus a square by s square plus a square whole square. Agreed? So add this to your formulas list. Laplace of t cos at is s square minus a square by s square plus a square whole square. Add this to your formulas list. S square minus a square by s square plus a square whole square. Find out Laplace of t cos h. So So this is minus d by ds of Laplace of cos hat. So this is minus d by ds of s by square minus a square. Can you tell me the simplification? So what is the simplification after finding the derivative?
S square plus a square by s square minus a square b square.
Add this to your formulas list. So you have four formulas: Laplace of t sin at, Laplace of t sin hat, Laplace of t cos at, Laplace of t cos hat. Okay. So up to this, they are standard transforms. And what would be Laplace of t square sin at? You can write, you can do it in two ways: repeatedly applying Laplace of t property, multiplication by t property, or you can directly use a generalized formula. Now I will write it as t into t sin at, because I know Laplace of t sin at already. So this is minus d by ds of Laplace of t sin at. Okay, so Laplace of t sin at. Now because I know Laplace of t sin at formula, I'll directly substitute that. If you don't remember, you have to differentiate Laplace of sin at two times. So this is what 2as by s square plus a square whole square. Okay, now you please differentiate and tell me the simplification. Can you tell me the derivative?
2a into a square
Oh.
plus a square by a square minus a square. Oh, sorry, it's wrong.
6as square minus 2a cube by s square plus a square whole cube.
Correct. Okay. Or if you take 2a common, so homework, Laplace transform of t square cos 8. Laplace transform of t square cos 8. Okay. Now you may be seeing problems which is combination of 2-3 properties, I said, no? For example, I can create a problem like this. Laplace of 50 is t e power 2t sin 3t. Let us say like this, t e power 2t sin 3t. Now tell me, suppose you are asked to evaluate this Laplace. Tell me what property you will use first, or how do you find out this transform? You can see it as t into
Function of t.
that is, if you see like that, then you have to apply multiplication by t property. But is there any other way?
E power 80 into f50.
E power 2t into e power 80 into f of t form. Okay, and f of t is what? T sin 3t. And you can use exponential property, no? That will be easier. Whenever you have multiplication, whenever exponential is there, take that out first. That means you have to apply. If you apply first shifting property, then your problem will be easier. Okay, so by first shifting property, s is replaced with s minus 2. Now I already know Laplace of t sin 80, so use it. So that is 2as. So what is a here? 3. S by s square plus 3 square whole square. Now simply replace s with s minus 2. So what is the final answer? 6 into, wherever s is there, replace s with s minus 2. So s minus 2 whole square plus 9 whole square. Is it fine? So problems may be like this, combination of 2-3 properties. Shall I proceed?
Yes, sir.
Now using Laplace transforms, you can evaluate some real integrals also, which may be difficult, or which may take some time to evaluate. Okay, so put this heading, evaluation of real integrals, evaluation of okay, different integrals by Laplace transforms. Evaluation of different integrals by Laplace transforms. Okay, suppose you want to evaluate 0 to infinity t e power minus 3t sin t. Now can you tell me how do you evaluate this? Suppose you don't know about Laplace transforms. What technique you will use to evaluate this?
integration by parts.
Okay, so that will take some time, right? Because it is product of three functions. Recursively, you may have to use integration by parts and substitute the limits, and simplification also you have to do it carefully because plus minus. Okay, so that will take time, right? Now through Laplace transforms, how can we do that? Is it looking like a Laplace transform of some function
T into f of t.
with the s equal to 3? Why? Because Laplace transform means it should be e power minus st, but here e power minus 3t is there. S is variable or parameter, but here 3 is a constant. So how can we see this one? You can see this as limit s tending to 3, 0 to infinity, e power minus st into t sin t. If I write like this, what is the advantage? This integral is nothing but a this integral is nothing but Laplace of t sin t. Agreed? Laplace of t sin t is the integral definition is 0 to infinity kernel into t sin t. And you know Laplace transform of this function. What is that Laplace transform? So limit s tending to 3, s square minus a square. What is a here? 1 by s square plus 1 square whole square. Now substitute 3. So 9 minus 1 by 3 square minus 1 by 3 square plus 1 whole square. What is the simplification? 8 by 100 or 4 by 2 by 25. Am I right?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Shall I proceed? So in that way you can evaluate the integrals very easily. Okay. So similarly, if you're asked to find out 0 to infinity uh, e power minus 2t sin t easily, you have that formula e power ax into sin bx dx. The alternate way is seeing it as limit s tending to 2, 0 to infinity e power minus st sin t dt. So this is Laplace s tending to infinity, Laplace of sin t. Sorry, it is not s tending to infinity, s tending to 2. And Laplace of sin t is a by square plus a square. That means 1 by s square plus 1 square. So 2 2s are 4, 4 plus 1 is 5, 1 by 5. So like this I can create n number of problems. Okay. So only thing you have to, so in the exponential function instead of s you are having some constant. If you are having some constant and if you are asked to evaluate this integral, here the question is not to find out the transform, question is about to evaluate the integral. So rewrite that integral as limit of a Laplace transform and then find out. Okay. Homework: evaluate 0 to infinity e power minus 2t sine cube t dt. And so this is nothing but limit extending to Laplace of sine cube t. Already we have seen how to find out Laplace of sine cube t earlier classes. Use sine 3 theta formula, express sine cube theta in terms of sine 3 theta and sine theta, and then apply linearity, find out each Laplace transform. To the transform, apply extending to 2. Is that fine?
Yes, sir.
So property 6 is over. Property number 7. So after multiplication by t property, next property would be division by t property. Division by t. Division by t property. Write down the result. If Laplace transform of f of t, if Laplace transform of f of t equal to f of s, then Laplace transform of f of t by t, Laplace transform of f of t by t equal to s to infinity, s to infinity. And all of you listen, don't write, just listen. S to infinity f of s ds. Is there any mistake in my statement? Is there any notational mistake you see in my statement? Or everything looks fine? I said several times, the limit and the variable used in the integral should not be same. Do you remember that point? Limit symbol and the integral. But this is a mistake that you see in most of the books. Most of the books will be, result will be like this, which is absolutely wrong. So I will use some other symbol. Let us say x, f of x dx. What do you mean by f of x dx? S to infinity. Sorry, s to infinity. Capital F of x means what? Laplace of f of t. What is the parameter? X dx. X dx. Is that okay? Okay. Now, so we shall prove this property. Okay. Given that Laplace of f of t equal to f of s. F of s. Okay. So what shall we do? Shall we take LHS and prove RHS, or RHS and take LHS? Which one may be easier? I think RHS and proving LHS. Okay. So let me start with RHS. What is RHS? S to infinity Laplace of f of t in the variable x dx. Shall we apply the integral definition of Laplace? What is the integral definition of Laplace? 0 to infinity e power, what is our parameter now?
X.
E power minus xt f of t f of t f of t dt, f of t dt dx. Okay. So this is nothing but a double integral s to infinity 0 to infinity e power minus xt f of t dt dx. Now I want to change the integral order of integration. I want to change the order of integration. Okay, so I want to write this as e power minus xt f of t dx dt, f of t dx dt. Then what will be the new limits? What will be the new limits? So can you tell me what is the region of integration? That depends on the region of integration, right? So what is the region of integration? So dt dx means t axis, x axis. So let me write it as x axis. Let me write it as a t axis. Okay. So t varies from 0 to infinity. T varying from 0 to infinity, and x is varying from s to infinity. Okay. So x is varying from x varies from so let us say this is x. So this is x equal to s. X is varying from x to infinity. Okay, and t is varying from uh, 0 to infinity. T is varying from 0 to infinity. So what is the region of integration? Is this the part? Is this the grid part? Unbounded region, right? So this grid part is looking like a rectangular region. Am I right? And for a rectangular region, changing the order of integration is very easy. Simply swap the two integrals. Am I right? Do you agree or not? So this is simply s to infinity, and this is 0 to infinity. Okay, we discussed in multiple integrals. Changing the order of integration is easy if it is a rectangular region. Okay, and if it is a non-rectangular region, it will be different. Now, when you are integrating with respect to x, which one will be treated as a constant? Which one will be treated as a constant?
F of t.
F of t is a constant, therefore f of t is also will be treated as a constant. Okay. So you integrate e power minus xt with respect to x and simplify. So what is integration of e power minus xt with respect to x? E power minus xt integration is e power minus xt by because you are integrating with respect to x, constant will be t, minus t with the limits from s to infinity dt. So what is the upper limit? What is the lower limit? So this is a 0 to infinity. So f of t into upper limit will be 0 if you assume x is positive, minus or minus plus e power minus st by t dt. Therefore this is nothing but integral 0 to infinity e power minus st into f of t by t. So kernel is e power minus st and integral is from 0 to infinity. Therefore it is nothing but Laplace transform of the function. What is that function? Laplace of f of t by t, which is equal to RHS, sorry, LHS. Is that fine? So the key point here is considering RHS and changing the order of integration. If you change the order of integration, then you will get the result easily. Shall I proceed? Okay, so I have written the integral definition of Laplace and I interchanged the integrals by changing the order of integration. I evaluated this integral and then simplified. Okay, so again I can create several problems. So just see a few problems. Something like find out Laplace of e power minus CAT minus e power minus BT by t. Laplace of e power minus CAT minus e power minus BT by t. Whenever you see division, t is dividing, you can apply division by t property. So you can see this as a integral s to infinity Laplace of numerator e power minus CAT minus e power minus BT in the parameter x dx. And you know Laplace of e power minus CAT. Can you tell me what is Laplace of e power minus CAT? 1 by Laplace of e power AT is 1 by s minus a. Laplace of e power minus CAT is you need to remember the formula. What is Laplace of e power minus CAT? 1 by, but what is the parameter we are using here? X. You have to write it as x plus a minus 1 by x plus b dx. Okay, now you know the integration of each term. So this is okay, log of x minus a minus log of x plus b, the limits from s to infinity. Don't substitute the limits here, because if you do like that, infinity minus infinity does not exist. Whenever you have a logarithm, simplify as much as you can, then only, sorry, this is x plus a, then only you try to apply the limits x plus a by x plus b, the limits from s to infinity. Therefore, as x tending to infinity, you know this limit is going to be 1. Okay, so as x tends to infinity, so this is what limit this limit is going to be 1. So log 1 minus log of s plus a by s plus b. So what is the answer finally? Log s plus b by s plus a. Am I right? So only thing you have to be careful when writing the notation. You have to use the parameter x and apply the transform and substitute the limits. Limit of logarithm equal to logarithm of limit. Okay, so log x plus a by log x plus b, you can apply L'Hospital rule. It is going to be 1. Log 1 is 0. Shall I proceed? Find out Laplace of sin AT by t. What will be Laplace of sin AT? So this is s to infinity Laplace of s to infinity Laplace of sin is x by x square plus a square dx. What is this? There is a mistake, right? What is Laplace of sin a by a square, a by x square plus a square dx? So a is constant, integral s to infinity 1 by x square plus a square dx, and 1 by x square plus a square dx integration is 1 by a tan inverse x by a with the limits from s to infinity. A gets cancelled. As x tends to infinity, x by a tends to infinity. That means the upper limit is going to be pi by 2 minus tan inverse s by a. Okay, so we may call it as cot inverse s by a. Yes. Shall I proceed?
Yes.
Now what would be Laplace of cos a t by t? Laplace of cos a t by t. Now you know, if you multiply and divide with 2, numerator will be derivative of the denominator. So it is going to be log of x square plus a square, the limits from s to infinity. What is upper limit? What is upper limit? As x tending to infinity, this will go to infinity. As x tends to infinity, x square tends to infinity. Infinity plus finite, infinity, log infinity, infinity. So infinity minus finite is infinity. So what is your conclusion? Laplace of cos a t by t does not exist. Laplace of cos a t by t does not exist. Now you can see special case also. If a equal to 0, that is 1 by t. Already we know Laplace of 1 by t also not existing. Okay, so like this. So take one homework problem. Laplace of cos a t minus cos b t by t. Just tell me what is the transform of this. Will it exist or does not exist? Try to find out. Okay. Also you may try Laplace of sin square t by t. Laplace of sin square t by t. So do these two problems. Is it fine? So in today's class we have discussed two properties. One is multiplication by t property, the other one is division by t property. See here. So multiplication by t property is over. Plus of periodic function is over. Division by t is also over. And unit step function also we discussed. Heaviside unit step function h of t minus a. So what is remaining is only these two, derivatives and integrals. Okay, if we discuss these two, I think almost your 2.5 units are over. Okay, so that we'll discuss in next class.